you are Gucci, not Goodwill. Don't forget that. I know that sounds really stupid. Well, hello and welcome back to the On Call podcast. My name is Cody Nichols, your host, and I am so excited about today's episode. Of course, I always say that. I always say I'm excited, but I genuinely have taken a little time off. Some of y'all might have noticed I didn't upload last Monday, which I doubt anyone probably noticed, but the reason being, I just had so much going on with work. A lot of you know I recently started a full-time job and I'm adjusting to that and just adulting in general. But also I kind of had this like rut, you could say, or I've just been like, my headspace has not been the best. Like I've had a hard time, honestly, thinking of ideas. I've had a hard time just like having the space to be creative and really think about what I want to talk about on this podcast. And I'm not the type of person to be out here just saying whatever. Like I want what I say to be good, because obviously, like, if I don't care about it, why would you care about it? You know? But, you know, that being said, we are here now. I've taken time, and this idea, actually, this podcast, you know, take care of your future self, invest in your future self. It's going to be called one of those two things. I guess you'll see on the title when this is posted. This idea came from my mom, actually. I had been praying about, you know, what to talk about because I'm trying to be consistent and upload, and I was having a hard time, you know, thinking of something. And she had texted me, actually, and I'll tell y'all a little more like context later, like why she texted me, but she basically said, hey, you know, some of the stuff you've been doing recently, I feel like you should make a video about how to take care of your future self. And I was like, oh, like that's kind of interesting. And then my mentor actually had texted me that weekend. I had just met with her to get coffee, and she basically texted me and was like, hey, you know, it's great, you know, talking, whatever. And she's like, I'm so proud of you for investing in your future self. And she said that because obviously, like, I met with her, and me doing that is like, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to get like advice from solid people, you know, but that's where this idea came from. Cause I realized there's so many things you can do. Like it could be little habits every day, or it could be big things that will affect you in 5 to 10 years. But basically, we are going to talk about things you can do that will help your future self tomorrow, help you next week, help you next month, in a year, 5 years. You get the point, I think. And I kind of broke that down into like five main points because I like to have numbers involved. So, anywho, you definitely will not want to miss, and I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. The best piece of advice I would say is take 15 minutes every night to do something for yourself tomorrow. So basically, I don't know if y'all have seen my TikTok at all, but I have this clothing rack that I just got at Target, and I love it. It was literally $10, and I've been putting all my work clothes on it, like hanging them on nice hangers. You know, I got my shoes in a basket on the rack, and it's all there where I can see it. It's like ironed, it's set up and organized and cutesy, whatever. But it's been so helpful because like I'm not a morning person, so when I wake up, finding an outfit is a huge struggle, and it could literally take, you know, we're girls. It could take 30 minutes. It could take an hour sometimes to find the perfect outfit. But if you just like get that done the night before, oh my gosh, it saves so much trouble. So that's like an example, you know, something you could do. Or maybe it's pre-packing a bag. Like I love having pre-packed gym bags and work bags. So, you know, my headphones and granola bars, they're already there in the morning, so I can just like go do my thing and I don't have to worry about it, you know. But those are just examples. Take 15 minutes at night before you go to bed and just get some stuff prepared for the next day. I also heard someone on another podcast give this really good piece of advice, and she's basically like, take a few minutes every day, like to think about what the next day is going to look like or what you're going to be doing at work tomorrow. So sometimes I'll literally in my mind be like, okay, at work tomorrow, I have this stuff going on. So that way I don't feel stressed in the morning. It's just those little mundane things. Like it could even be having your like breakfast stuff or coffee pot kind of laid out. So that way you can just make your breakfast and go. But I think y'all get the point, just those little micro habits make a huge, huge impact. I can't rant enough about that. But point number 2, educate yourself. Literally, if you want to invest in your future self, your education can't be taken away from you. I genuinely believe that. So whether it be, taking courses online, developing some skills you might have, maybe it's like art, maybe it's like something that's really valuable. I actually heard this girl on YouTube. She's super rich now. I think she's a millionaire, but she made $1 million recently. And she's talking about, her best investments because she's pretty young. And I was like expecting her to say stocks or something, but it wasn't. She said her best investments were her assets, like her education, her skill sets, because those were things that she used for like her business. Those are things she used to get like jobs, your education, your skills, like that's an investment. And so I've been trying to be a lot better about, even just marketing courses online or random things like that you're not required to do, but you just do them because it's valuable. And one day, that is going to get you where you want to be. And I know so many people who right now, they're really like just passionate about their hobbies or like they're passionate about their side hustle. And I think that's so great because literally that is going to make them so successful one day. So education, I think, is a huge investment personally. Number 3, this one I made up, but it's treat yourself like Gucci, not Goodwill. Let me explain this a little bit. If you don't see the value in yourself, nobody else will. So for me, I think it's been important to I act like I am it, I, not in a conceited way, but I really do feel confident in who I am as a person at this point. I'm not perfect by any means. And I know that. And I've definitely taken a lot of time too, to reflect on things I have not done so well in the past and probably regret, and just, recognizing that, growing from it, but also like being confident in who I am right now, where if someone were to say something to me, I could be like, no, this is me. This is what I'm about, and take it or leave it. And when you have that kind of energy, when you treat yourself like you are a top shelf high priority, I genuinely believe in the law of attraction that like what you put out is what you will attract. So like, let's say you're in the dating scene. If you want high quality men, you got to act like a high quality woman. And it's so hard to do. And it's hard for me to give this advice because I have had not crazy dating history, but I've definitely, I've had like really great dates and experiences and then some like not so much. And it's just, learning to really put out what you want to attract and recognizing that, you're not a donation bin, you're not a recycle, you're not just like a convenient store, you're not a there when it's convenient person. You are high quality, hard to get, but also like, hard to replace. And I think that goes for anything. It goes for any part of your life. Just be high quality. And I'm trying to find my other notes on this. Oh, yes. Don't put yourself, in bad situations that you should not be in. If you're a high quality person, you're not going to be in a low quality environment. And that's something that I've definitely had to think through because it's really hard sometimes to navigate that, but really just paying attention to your surroundings, which brings me to my next point. Is this number 4? Yes, number 4. Surround yourself with people who also believe in you and see your value. So kind of goes in hand with that. like your friends, your mentors, people in your life, you want to have friends that not only like kind of also have vision for their lives, but they also see your vision and they hype you up. And I love one of the things I love more than, you know, anything is seeing girls hype each other up. Like, it makes me so happy to see girls just encouraging each other, supporting each other's goals. I think especially as women who like want to get into business, women who want to do things, because like what I've been seeing is a trend, you know, we're in the 21st century and women are doing a lot more now than maybe they typically had before. And I'm not going to get into a whole conversation about that because obviously, like, not trying to be political here, but what I am saying is that I think it's huge to have people who really see your vision and support it, whether that be friends, whether that be like partners, dating, you know, whether that be mentors. And that's something that I know I've talked about before. And I think my friend talked about in another podcast we did together, just like having advice is so helpful. It's huge because we don't know everything. Like, I have realized lately more than ever, I do not know everything. And there is a lot that I would say, like, looking back, even just a few months back, I'm like, wow, I really wish I wouldn't have, you know, maybe acted that way. Or you know, there's growth that happens over time. And, yeah. So one thing that I just thought of and I forgot to mention, I saw it on LinkedIn and it was this guy, it blew my mind. He basically talked about how Coke, like, it always is priced differently depending on where you buy it. Like, you could be at a vending machine and a Coke's like maybe $1.50, $2. I don't know. I don't drink Coke really, but like he said, you know, something like that. But then if you go to Disney World or some like bougie resort, a Coke is $5+. And he said, it's not that it's a different product. It's the same Coke. It's just, it's in a different environment. And I was like, that's deep. Like, it's important to put yourself in environments where not only do you see your value, but other people do too. Don't put yourself in places you're not valued. And you can control that for the most part. So just learning to walk away when you're not being treated how you should be treated, etc. I think y'all get it. But, you know, Coke example, I love it. Yeah, it's good. Last point, number 5, take risks. And this is kind of the same concept as if you were investing in actual stocks. You got to invest in yourself the same way, whether that be actually financially putting down some money. Maybe it's a goal or something you want to do or a business you want to start, whatever. Like, obviously, even podcasts, like, it costs money. Like, I've put money into doing like Google ads and into equipment in different things. And I've put aside time. And for me, that's a personal investment in not only myself, but also in what I believe this could be. But that's the same for anybody, you know? It's a risk. There's no guarantee you're going to succeed, but you know, it's just literally believing enough in yourself and then taking a risk and investing in that. And you don't have to, obviously you don't have to be out here like dropping thousands of dollars. Like, maybe it's a small thing. Maybe it's even just investing time in yourself, whatever that looks like, time, capital. I think y'all pick up what I'm putting down. But anyways, I wanted to keep this episode a little bit shorter. But those are kind of my 5 tips on just investing and taking care of your future self. Things you can do now that will help you out later. And, you know, one last little point, you could even make a vision board or something like that. If that helps, whatever it takes just for you to like see where you want to be, start doing the little things now. And I love that. I love like just this kind of stuff in general. And I hope this episode was helpful to you. If there's one point I could really hone in, it's habits. And also, you are Gucci, not Goodwill. Don't forget that. I know that sounds really stupid. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. You know the drill. Follow my socials. for more updates on everything. And I will probably have a second episode out this week too. So be on the lookout for that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.